In this video, I am going to explain the procedure to draw cycloid of a circle. Now, what is cycloid? Cycloid is locus of a point on the circumference of a rolling circle which rolls without slipping along a fixed straight line. The problem statement is draw cycloid of a circle of diameter 60 mm. So this is a circle of diameter 60 mm and we have to draw the cycloid for this particular circle. The applications of cycloid are in cycloidal gears. Let us understand how we get cycloid. As we know, cycloid is a curve which is obtained by tracing locus of a point on the circumference of a circle which rolls on a straight line without slipping. In this case, there are two important definitions. Rolling circle, here this rolling circle is called as generating circle, and the fixed line, in this case this is a fixed line, is called as generating line. So let us begin with the solution. First we have to draw a circle of given diameter 60 mm. So I have already drawn a circle of diameter 60 mm. Then we have to divide this circle into 12 equal parts. Okay, so this circle is already divided into 12 parts. Then we have to draw a fixed straight line of length equal to pi d. Then next step is to divide this line into 12 equal parts. Actually we have to get 12 different locations of the center as this particular circle rolls along this straight line. That's why we have to first divide this line into 12 equal parts. So now I am dividing this line into 12 equal parts. We have to draw an arbitrary line at certain angle. So I am drawing this line at certain angle. Along this line make 12 arbitrary marks. So take certain distance in compass and go on making 12 marks. Next we have to join this end point with this end point of the given straight line, and now we have to just go on moving this roll and draw to draw all these lines parallel to this end line. We have to name those 12 equal marks on this line. So this is the way I made these 12 marks on this line which are of arbitrary length, and then those 12 marks are joined with the line which we want to divide into 12 parts, and this is the way I have now got equal 12 parts of the given line. That is, this is generating line and this is a generating circle. Now let us consider point P on the circumference of this circle. So as this circle goes on rolling along this fixed straight line, then the locus traced by this point P as this circle rolls along this straight line, that locus will go something like this, and that locus now we have to obtain as a cycloid. Okay, let us consider this point. As we see this green mark, this is the point under consideration. Initially this point is say at the bottommost position of this circle. So as I rotate this circle through 1/12 of rotation, okay, that means 30 degree, then we can see this center lifts up by certain distance. Okay, but at the same time, if you think of the center of the center of circle also travels ahead by 1/12 of the total distance. I hope you understood this. That's why by locating this first point, we have to go to center C1. So to locate point P1, we have to go to center C1, and with center C1 and radius equal to radius of the circle, we have to cut that locus. Okay, so initially the point P now is under consideration. So as I roll this circle, then this center will go on moving. So now we have to get 12 locations of this center along this particular line. For this I have to just join point 1 with this particular line, 2 with this line. This is the way I am going to get 12 different locations of this center C of this particular circle. Okay, so let us call this as center C. Let us name these different locations as C1 to C12. Now as I rotate this particular circle through 1/12 of rotation, let us imagine when I rotate this through 1/12 of rotation, then this C will occupy new position C1, and when I rotate this through 1/12 of rotation, point P will climb a distance which will be along this particular locus, along this particular line. So next step, we have to draw horizontal lines through points 1, 2, 3 and so on, so that we'll get now locus of point P as it gets rotated through 1/12 of rotation. So this is the first line. So I have to just draw lines parallel to this. So this is the way all these horizontal lines are drawn. Now just imagine as this circle is rolled through 1/12 of rotation. So total rotation is 360 degree. If I rotate through 1/12, that means 30 degree of rotation, then point P will climb this particular locus line, and at the same time center C will come to the new location C1. But distance between center C and point P will remain same. That's why to locate the next point, that is new position of P, we have to take distance equal to radius in compass, put pointer at C1, that is next location, and cut this particular horizontal line which I have drawn through 1. So this is the second location which we will call it as P1. Now after 1/12 of rotation, the point is somewhere here. Now we can see as I further rotate by 1/12 of rotation, that means 60 degree, then we can see. So after 60 degree of rotation, this particular point has further climbed up by certain distance, and at the same time the center of the circle has also moved ahead by certain distance. Okay, so to locate point P2, we have to keep pointer at C2, and taking distance equal to radius in compass, we have to cut that particular locus. Okay, so this way we have to go on marking locus of the point as this circle moves ahead along this straight line. Okay, as I further rotate through 30 degree, that means now this circle will get rotated through 60 degree. By that time point P will be along this particular locus line, while center C will occupy new location which is C2. So with C2 as center and distance equal to radius in compass, I have to now mark the next location. So put pointer at C2 and cut this locus line which is passing through 2. So this is the next point, that is P2. So as we start from here, we can see how this point is going ahead. So at one stage it reaches the topmost point, and as I further go ahead, it again comes back to the bottommost point. Okay, so as I further roll this, it comes back to this rolled back to the bottommost point. Okay, so this way we have to go on locating each particular location of point P as the circle goes on rolling along this particular straight line. So next will be C3, center will be C3, next center C3, but the particular point will be at a height of this much distance, that means it will be along a horizontal line through 3. So cut this line at this particular location. So this is point P3. So this way I have to go on locating all the points. Now center C4, and we have to cut this particular line. So this is P4. Center C5, distance equal to radius in compass, and cut this locus line through 5. So this will be new location P5. Now center will be C6, and as I try to cut this horizontal line through 6, you will find that it will approximately or absolutely cut it along this line tangentially. So this actually it should cut tangentially, but as I have not used drafter here, so it should actually cut tangentially. So this is P6. Then now next center will be C7. Now as I further go on rotating, you will find that once point P will occupy the highest position, and as I further go on rotating, it will climb down. So now with center C7, I have to go on cutting these locus lines which are now coming down. So this is next point P7. Then center C8, and we have to cut this line which is below that line. So this is new location P8. Then center C9, and next locus will be along line 9. So here we get next location, that is P9. Next will be center C10, and line will be passing through 10. We can see this is the line which is passing through 10. So this is P10. Center C11, and line will be this one. So this is P11 and finally C12. And as we see, you can practically imagine, as I go on rolling this particular circle, then point P will climb the highest position, and as it rotates through one revolution, full revolution, it will again come down to the bottommost position. So this is the last point which will coincide exactly with point number 12, and this is P12. So these are the different positions as I go on rolling this circle on this straight line. So we have to simply join all these points P1 to P12 by smooth curve. Finally, we have to dimension the diameter of circle and this length of this line. Thank you very much for your patient viewing.